And 3, 2, 1. Should be on now. Cool. So you guys, hey, check it out. Look what I figured out. Or wait, sorry. No, wait. I'll get it. Okay, look what I figured out. Yeah, I'm pretty stoked about it. I guess let me move my camera and make sure we got this set properly. Okay, cool. So yeah, as you can see, I have set up my live stream to have you guys' chat on the actual window now, so that way you guys can see what I see, and we can actually, it's supposed to, there we go. Yeah, it is coming in. Awesome. Yes, this is so cool. Okay, I love this. So you guys can see what I see, and you can see the stuff coming in from the chat. It's pretty cool, right? And then I got my little scrolly thing at the bottom here. Yeah, pretty cool. Figuring some stuff out. So, if you guys didn't see the other day, I actually posted on, it was either Snapchat or Instagram or Facebook. I don't know. I post on so many different things, it's hard to keep track. But I was posting, I'm pretty sure it was Facebook actually. But I posted, what do you guys do? So actually, this is a question I'd like to ask you guys as well, just because I think it's something valuable for everybody to do on a regular basis. And we'll talk about the glasses here in a second, because I know you guys are probably like, why is Jordan wearing glasses? But well, actually, I guess I'll just go ahead and tell you while it's on my mind. Basically, these are blue light glasses. So thanks to Mom, because my eyes always get, like, they start burning when I work, because I go off of the screen a lot and I shoot a lot of video. So I'm always staring at screens. By the end of the day, I have a headache and my eyes are typically burning. So yeah. So my mom bought me some blue light glasses, and so they're good for when you're looking at computer screens. And you can actually see, that's why you can hardly ever see my eyes when I'm looking at the screen, or like right there. Yeah, you guys can't even see my eyes. All you see is my computer screen. So, but yeah, they are great at reflecting that blue light. Like, yeah, it makes it more of like a yellowish tint. So they're really great. You guys should check some of these out. If you work on the computer a lot like I do, then you're going to want to check this out. Moy Saeed, what's going on? Jurgen, what's up? Isaiah from Jacksonville. I used to live in Jacksonville, if that's what you're asking. Yes. Levy, what's going on? Camilla, can't wait to see what you are presenting at the All Digital Conference in Atlanta. Camilla, are you going to the conference in Atlanta this, in, what is it, like 2 weeks now? Are you going to that one? Roddy, what's going on? Drew McLean, hey bro, what's the amount of time that it tends to the average client per week, and how many clients do you think the average person can client by themselves? Okay, I'm gonna try and break that one down. Give me just a second as people get in and say hey, and I'll get back to your question in a second. Edwinia, I think that is. Hi, how are you? Will, what's going on? Camilo, I'll be happy to see you there. Make sure to find me after my session. I'm speaking at 9 a.m., so make sure that you're there early. And, you know, make sure to find me after my session, so that way we can have a quick chat, man. Are you still in Georgia? I just moved here. Roddy, yes, I am still in Georgia. I'm not leaving Georgia for a while, I don't think. I don't know. I love Atlanta. I always have. If anything, I'll probably just get a house somewhere else as well. But I'm definitely, like, my first house I'm buying is going to be in the North Atlanta area near the Braves Stadium. So, are digital marketing agencies becoming too saturated? Okay, let me get back to this question really quick. Drew, okay, so what's the amount of time that it takes, I'm gonna guess, to the average client per week, and how many clients do you think the average person can handle by themselves? So it just depends how many, you know, each client is going to be different, because a $1,000 client versus a $5,000 or a $10,000 or a $20,000 client, all of those are getting different services, right? And if you couldn't already put together, someone at $1,000 is not going to get as much work done as somebody who's paying $20,000, right? That just wouldn't make sense. Oh, I'm up at this camera. I was looking at my webcam. It wouldn't make sense. If you're like spending, $20,000, you're going to get a lot more marketing and a lot more attention. So if that's the case, then you should expect to spend more time. Really, that's the thing. You can't really look at it and just say, well, you can handle this many clients. Here's what I do recommend to people. As soon as you get your first client, begin outsourcing. As much as you can possibly outsource and afford to do as far as outsourcing is concerned, you need to outsource. And if you price yourself appropriately, then you should be able to outsource without too much of a hassle. Like, outsourcing should not be a problem if you price yourself appropriately. By the way, guys, make sure to do me a favor before I get into the rest of these questions and really get going, because you guys know once I get going, it's just question after question. So do me a favor, hit the thumbs up button right below this video. That does me a huge favor and helps me get other people who are interested in this kind of content involved, and it notifies them so that way they can, get involved with the questions. And really, it's more beneficial for you the more people that show up in this, because the more people that show up, the more questions that get asked, which ultimately we get to field, and that's more information for you. So, by the way, guys, as it says down in the little scroller below, make sure to subscribe, and also super chats are appreciated. We have just started really kind of getting some of those because of the lives that we do and all the value that we provide. We've started generating some revenue from super chats, so I figured why not, hey, we do it for free. At least these free trainings in the YouTube channel, that's all free. So if we make a little bit in donations, then cool for us. If not, then I'm still gonna do it, so good for you guys. But hit the thumbs up, leave a comment below letting me know your name and where you're from, and definitely put a question in there if you're a marketing agency owner, or if you're thinking about becoming an owner or starting an agency. If that's something you're thinking about doing, definitely leave comments in the box right either below this video for you, or if you're on desktop to the right, wherever, so that way you can get your questions answered. Let me see here. Okay, are digital marketing agencies becoming too saturated, and how do you differentiate yourself? Levy, no, they're not becoming too saturated, because here's the issue. There aren't enough good marketing agencies. Too many people come into this and they think they can go out and take one Tai Lopez course and they're going to know everything. I don't even suggesting just taking my course and trying to go out there and promote yourself as an expert, because we didn't get this knowledge over a matter of 2 weeks. It took us several years. My best student, I don't want to say best student, the one who has made the most revenue, her name is Kayla. She's made the most money out of any of my other students. She was a bio major in college and then dropped out of college, I believe, and started doing this full time, and it took her 4 months to make her first sale, because she had to go through the learning process and go through the learning curve associated with not only learning digital marketing, but learning how to sell digital marketing products. So that's really the biggest thing, and differentiating yourself comes into play in two different ways. Number one, how you approach your clients and sell them. So are you going in there and are you hard selling, or are you trying the value-based approach, which is what I preach? And then the other thing to differentiate yourself is going to be related to the campaign. When you actually get in there and start talking about building the campaign, and then the execution, obviously, you need to be able to execute. But when you talk about the campaign, are you going in there and saying, hey, we're going to post to Facebook, we're going to post to Instagram, we're going to post to this? Cool. That doesn't do shit. Posting doesn't do anything. A good marketing campaign, a content strategy, content campaign, something like that, ad campaign, or, lead sales funnels, if you're building a great sales funnel. Because that's the thing, you guys have to understand, you can't just go in there and say, okay, we're going to post to Facebook and it's going to make all of their issues as far as marketing and sales go away. No, that's not how marketing works. That is a very small portion, and really posting is just something to kind of keep in front of people who are recently engaged. Unless you're spending, unless you're continuously spending on each post that you put on Facebook, you're not going to hit that many people. People message me all the time. They're like, well, Jordan, you're an expert, blah, 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 but your Facebook page never gets any engagement. And that's because I don't spend a ton of money on Facebook ads right now for my brand, because I don't need to. We make a bunch of money from YouTube and creating content through content marketing and driving free traffic using SEO. I make almost $25,000 per month selling just one course, and it's because of the fact that we drive free traffic. So why do I need to spend on ads right now? We've spent that money growing other areas of our business, hiring on new team members, stuff like that. That's the thing. People really don't know what they're talking about unless they can see everything. But regardless, when it comes to Facebook, if you're posting and that's all you're doing, you're not going to get anywhere with it. So understand that it comes down to a thorough marketing plan, a thorough marketing campaign that actually benefits the customer in some way, whether that's increasing engagement, increasing traffic to their website, the amount of leads that they get, the amount of conversion that they get from products sold, whatever it is that you need to do to get them conversion, which whatever conversion is for them, it's going to be different for every business. You need to figure that out. You need to figure out how many conversions essentially you need of that specific metric to make that customer happy. So if it's you need 20 emails per month, then you need to get 20 emails per month. You have to figure out what those metrics are, and that comes from talking with the customer. Boy, y'all are blowing these questions in, huh? I can see them coming off in the right over here, over in this chat. They're just blasting in. I always like to try and get to everyone though. Digital marketing agencies are not becoming too saturated. LOL. Exactly. There's not enough good ones. That's really the thing. There aren't enough good ones. I will for sure. Camilo, I will see you there, man. So, and for those of you who don't know what I'm talking about, if you're near the Atlanta area, on October 23rd, I will be speaking again at a digital summit conference there. It's a mini training workshop, so these are a lot more intimate. You actually have the chance to meet with a lot of these speakers. Not that you can at the big ones, it's a lot easier to at these. And they're longer training sessions, so you guys will really like these if you're looking for something marketing related where you want to get training and help. You guys need to be, and not to mention the networking opportunities. It's all people looking to learn marketing or hire marketing or something, right? So go out, like networking. People ask me all the time, how do I get customers? It's through networking. It's through providing value to people and going out and meeting people, building a relationship, and then they come to me. That's how I got this customer that I've been doing a lot of new content on, just because they've allowed me to do this content with them because they're doing a YouTube channel too. So I've got to show you guys a lot of what I'm doing, and that customer came to me from someone else. They handed me the customer. You guys can do this same thing, all right? It's not that difficult. It really isn't. And again, the reason why it's not difficult for me is because I took the time to learn digital marketing. If you don't take the time to learn and truly learn digital marketing, you're gonna struggle with the sales side of it. The reason why most people struggle at landing clients is because they don't understand digital marketing, and they go into the sales pitch with a lack of confidence, number one, in themselves, because they don't feel like they understand it enough to convince that customer. And then the second thing is the customer can see that lack of confidence, and then it ends up affecting your sale and you don't get the result you were looking for. So that's the thing. You have to really ask yourself, do you feel confident enough? Are you prepared enough, or could you do more preparation? Because that's where most people mess up. If you don't want to be like everybody else, if you don't want to be the average digital marketer, which is what most people are, the ones who, the most, and when I say most, those are the ones who aren't succeeding at their agency. If you don't want to be like those, then you need to put in the extra work. You need to do the education side of it, so that way you can actually understand how to sell it. And then once you land the client, how to get results for that client. I love it when people, they're like, hey, I just got a client. I'm like, okay, that's awesome. They're like, yeah, what do I do to create content for them? I'm like, what? What do you mean? What do you do to create content for them? Like, I don't know. That it just it makes me laugh. I'll tell you that. There are so many places here in Georgia. What was your strategy here, Roddy? Let's talk about that in a different. I would like to get more broad, talking more about digital marketing than just here in Georgia. Cool southern accent you got there, Jordan. I didn't even know I had a southern accent, to be quite honest. Most people down here, like, when people move here, they're like, oh, no, you don't sound southern. And then you go to, like, where I went to college, Georgia Southern, those boys, they're like, hey, y'all, what's going on? These are them boys with boots. And I'm just like, I don't even know what I just said, to be honest with you. But that's what they sound like down there. It's funny too, because when I go down there, my accent, like, because I lived down there for like 5 years, so I kind of, got accustomed to living down there, and you just eventually start talking like the people you live around. And so I would come home, my mom would be like, why do you sound so country? It's funny. LOL, I'm a realtor. My area is near the Braves Stadium. Let's get you a mansion on a budget. Roddy, that's what I'm talking about. I'm actually looking in the Smyrna area over the next year. I'll probably get a house. I'm trying to spend probably around 500 to 600 on my first house in the Smyrna area. So, but I unfortunately already have a realtor. It's the guy who brought me the deal. Yeah, I kind of have to let him buy my first house, or let him, yeah, buy my first house. Like, he brought me this big client and he continues to try and bring me business. So, I mean, I can only help him that way. It would only be right of me, right? Mr. Rohit from India, what's going on, man? 6:30 a.m. Getting to it. That's what I like to see. That's what time I woke up this morning, was 6:30. You got to get up and get to it, man. Do you take payment at the start of the first month or the end? Always at the beginning. Before I do any work, I get payment. Hey, Jordan, I just got one of my first clients, a real estate investor teaching others how to invest. Jurgen, that sounds pretty sick, man. Is that so? You're going to be basically managing somebody who runs their own personal brand. That's pretty cool. I have a course that teaches people how to build personal brands. Like, outside of building a marketing agency, you should check out that personal branding course, because if that's what he's trying to do, build an online training like me and a YouTube channel, all that, that is what you're looking for right there, that course. That will teach you how to do that for him. Would super like if I could. Isaiah, that's okay, man. I really appreciate it anyways. Just the thought that you would is cool enough to me. Yay, I made it again, Brandon. Glad you made it, buddy. Just starting with learning it all about how much money does it cost to start up a marketing agency. Smith, it's really not that expensive. That's the thing. What I recommend is this. You need probably at least, I'd say, $1,000 to get started. And here's what that's going to go to. I would say put at least 500 of that ish, 5 to 600 into some sort of education. And again, that doesn't have to be my platform. If you like someone else better, fine. My recommendation is get some education. If you're not prepared there, none of this matters. That $1,000 is a waste anyways. All right, get some education. The next thing you need to do is start to get your license. So you'll need to get your business license, which costs $150 or $155 on IncFile, I-N-C file.com. If you're in the U.S., I'm not sure if there's a place like that I don't know if they go outside of the U.S. To be honest, you'll have to check. If you're outside of the U.S., what I recommend doing is go on to Google and type in file for business license in whatever city or country you're in, and that's what you do. You file for that license. That's going to be about in the US it's $150. It's going to be different in every other country, but roughly if you're in the US, the UK, Canada, where the currencies are roughly the same, it's about $150 in US dollar. Outside of that, I mean, that's really it. You have to pay $50 for your local license. So if you're, again, in the US, you have to go out and get your local license to operate a business, which is like $50. So roughly that's $200 that you spend, plus $500 on the education course ish, 5 to 600, right? And then I would recommend spending the next $300 to get yourself some business cards. If you need a laptop, maybe, budget that money out to get a laptop, a $200, $300 laptop, something to work on if you don't have that. If you have all of the tools ready and the resources ready to build your business, then I would recommend putting that money into marketing. So getting a website set up, paying for the domain and the hosting every month, budgeting some of that aside, paying for Google Drive and Google Business Suite, so that way you can get unlimited drive space and you can manage your clients there like I do. That's pretty much where I would start, and that's about how much it would cost right there, is $1,000 in general. There are going to be other expenses, but the good thing is you don't have to take on those expenses until you get a client, unless you want to practice on them. And what I mean by that is something like a software service. For example, I recommend using ActiveCampaign for email marketing. So if you're using ActiveCampaign, that means you're going to have to pay for their service. But the cool thing is this: you start with their partner account, which is something we teach in the course. You get their partner account, you get 25% off after your second account. So once you get your second account on there, you get 25% off all of your accounts. Okay, so that's for email marketing, right? So there's ways to save money, and you don't have to get the service until you've been paid for the client, and you don't even have to buy it until you're running email marketing campaigns. You don't have to pay for the labor for outsourcing until you get people on, a job. Again, you don't have to hire those people, but that's the first thing. If you pay attention to my trainings and my course, one of the very first things you need to be doing is going out there and hiring as soon as you get that job. So, but that's a rough estimate of how much money it costs. It obviously costs more than that to keep it going and to do other things with your business, as in any other business. But it's compared to every other business where it requires a brick and mortar location, which would be rent every month, or it requires a bunch of equipment. This requires a laptop. Like, if you have a laptop, you can do this job, and internet. That's it. So, people who try to sit here and say that these types of opportunities are scams or blah, blah, blah. I saw this guy, I'm in this like little argument online. He's like, oh, my channel's bigger than yours. He's like, oh, you only have 12K. I was like, and I looked at his channel, it only had 6,500. I was like, how is your channel bigger than mine? He was, regardless. But yeah, they were bashing Billie Jean and scams like him. He didn't mention me. But it was just funny. It's like, dude, it's not a scam just because you maybe tried and failed. Like, how can starting a marketing agency be a scam when there's several hundreds just to my knowledge, of people out there successfully running agencies all across the world now, not just the US, but the world. There are people out there running agencies. And even before Ty Lopez or Billie Jean or myself or any of us started putting together these courses for people, this was already happening. Upwork existed before Ty Lopez did, and some of the smaller freelancer sites existed too. So this has been going on for years and years. Even before that, I worked at Gannett. We sold digital marketing campaigns to businesses. I was doing it for a large corporation. So tell me how that's a scam. People just like to, if they can't succeed at something, they rationalize it to say, okay, well, then it must not be good. It must not be legit, right? Don't mind those people. Those are the people who are weak. Essentially, that's what it comes down to. They're weak and they couldn't make it work because they couldn't dedicate themselves to it. Are you going to be dedicated or are you going to be weak? That's really what you have to ask yourself. I'm from ATL2. Fong Lee, what up? I look so weird just doing that. I'm sorry. I'm sorry that y'all had to see that. Chicago checking in. Chris, what's going on, Chicago? I'm an agency based out of Orange County, California. I've cold called and emailed several businesses with free trials and haven't gotten anyone to bite. Isaiah, so if you haven't even gotten anyone to bite yet, then the biggest issue is going to be your approach to reaching out to them. So either your messaging or what you're saying when you get them on the phone, or if you get them to look at your Facebook messages, you need to look at the message that you're giving to them, because you're probably coming off too salesy and you need to find a way to become more value focused. I am from India, interested in social media marketing agency and want to create own agency. I have sent you email message on Facebook and now here. Rohit, I don't remember if I've seen your Facebook message. Make sure to send me one after this and I'll make sure to get to it after this video. I get a lot of messages on a regular basis, so I'm sorry if I didn't get to yours. Levi Myers, thanks, man. I'm from Canada, by the way. Sure thing. Pete, what's going on? Tell Ava I said, hey, I like the new blue block glasses. Yeah, thanks, man. I really appreciate that. Shout out to Rhonda. I love these things, though. They do help a lot as far as, like, my eyes don't burn at the end of the day as much anymore. One question, one comment. Have you looked into Kartra? If so, what are your thoughts too? You should make a video on your email automation if you haven't yet. Edward Hayes, I definitely already have made videos on email automation. Go to my channel and you guys can search it. Like, go to my actual channel and then where it says like about, videos, all of those little sub tabs, there's a search icon right there. Click that and type in email automation or just email and you'll get it. Why does it keep jumping down? Could you outsource Facebook ads entirely with the outsourcer coming up with the strategy? Nassim, I guess you could. I mean, you definitely could, but you're going to pay more money if you're looking for a good strategist. and then a good ads manager, and then a good designer. And that's the thing, really, all of those people are going to be a little more expensive. So that's the thing. I completely outsource all of my Facebook stuff now. We have a designer who creates the videos or the photos. We have a copywriter who writes copy. We have an ads manager who sets up ads. We have an analytics person who's able to read and do reporting. Like, that's what the end goal is, to get you out of doing it all. Your goal should be focusing on building the business, which is what? Building teams, building processes, building operational workflows, working on the financial side, all of that. That's building a business. You should not be doing posting and writing email copy and website blogs and website copy and creating images and video. That's not what you're supposed to do, guys. If you want what you see all of the successful entrepreneurs doing, then you have to learn to delegate. Get rid of doing all of the work yourself. Because if you're stuck doing all the work, you can't focus on things that will help you grow. It's one of the biggest things most entrepreneurs fail at, is getting rid of the workload. I'm great at it. I don't want to do it. I'd rather teach people how to do something that I don't want to do, because I know I can do it the right way, but I'd rather teach someone else to do it the right way and then have them do it. And then I just follow up and say, hey, did you do it? You did it? Cool. That's it. They do all the footwork. That's how you should be. That's the mindset you should have with building your agency, or any business for that matter, where you're trying to scale and make a lot of money with it. Let me see. He made video on email automation. Also, just check out channel. Yep. What he said. Do you know how to do SEO, Jordan? Isaiah, yes, I do. That's why our channel does so well. Our YouTube channel, our blog, on our website, our traffic, I actually found out earlier this week, which surprised me, we get more traffic to our website from search engines than we do YouTube, which is actually insane to me. So our SEO is on point. It comes down to great marketing, on-site SEO and off-site SEO. Outside of that, it's basic site setup, submissions to search engines, making sure things are corrected when errors are shown from a search engine, stuff like that. Should I open a business account for banking before starting my marketing agency? The one, you don't necessarily have to. I definitely recommend it, because it makes reporting and everything like that a whole lot easier later. And not to mention, like most of them, you can open a free account. Like, you might have to have like $100 to put in it, but that's it. Good thing is, so I have some really cool stuff for you guys. So everybody asks me all the time who I use for banking, and what is it? Capital One, Spark Business, Capital One. That's who I use. I really am upset because they removed the invoicing feature, which was dope. I used to be able to invoice from my bank account, and it was free. I didn't get charged anything, so that was great. But now I have to invoice through QuickBooks, which if I do it a specific way, I still don't get charged anything. But if I have to do a credit card, they're going to charge me, so that kind of sucks. But Capital One, what it is, it's a 360 business banking platform, which means it's all online. There is no paper. There's no like brick and mortar locations. So everything that you do is basically from your phone. So like, for example, if I have to deposit a check, I just take a picture of the check. If I have to withdraw cash, I just go to an ATM and withdraw it from any branch. And the cool thing is, Capital One actually refunds like 10 transactions per month pulled from a random ATM that isn't a Capital One ATM. So, and as long as you're not pulling out cash every day, which who is nowadays, then you're good. So, yeah, just check out. They're going to be relaunching. If you're in the U.S., Canada, I believe they're in the U.S. and Canada. I believe it's actually wherever you can get Spark or Capital One. So whoever has Capital, I know like the UK, I believe can get Capital One. Wherever you can get Capital One, I believe you can get access to Capital One Spark Business. That's Spark, like electricity Spark. But yeah, they have a great banking platform. I love it. Oh crap! Hold on, guys. I'm sorry. I forgot to press record today. I haven't done this in a while. I haven't messed up in a while. That's what I mean. Just 1 second. We're back. Okay. Sorry about that, guys. Remove the square. Let me hit record this time, because I didn't do it last time, and that's why. Alright, so let me get back to some of these questions. What would you recommend the digital marketing school or the mentorship to start? Trey, definitely the digital marketing school to start. That's for any, if you're just starting, especially, that's where you want to start. The mentorship program is meant for people who go through the digital marketing school primarily. You can use it if you've got digital marketing training prior to ever taking my course, or even if you haven't taken my course. The mentorship program still works for you, but it's meant for someone who's gone through some sort of digital marketing training before. I'm working on getting certified in messenger marketing and chatbot automation. No one is talking about it yet here in Wisconsin. Pete, that's actually something pretty cool. So I just finished the conversation earlier this week. I'll be getting outlines for that very soon. My friend Chris, he runs a Facebook automation bot using ManyChat. What he does is he basically runs a company that they build templated automations and ManyChats for other businesses, but only in the real estate niche right now. But he's an expert at using ManyChat, and so I'm actually having him come on and not only teach how to use ManyChat, but give you guys examples on how to build automations and welcome campaigns that are going to succeed on ManyChat. So all of this is coming in the course. It should be in there in the next, I'd say, 2 weeks, honestly, because he moves very, very quickly. So that's going to be really cool for everybody in the digital marketing school. Sorry, my nose is so itchy. I think I need to trim my nose hairs. If you guys want me to be real with you, you know, hey, when you get older, shit happens, and sometimes you got to trim the nose hairs. All right. All right. So let me get back into this. Let me see here. I'm just starting. What's the best way to get clients no experience at all? Jenny. I always say it, and it's the same every single time. Networking, going out, meeting people, conversing with them, building relationship, providing value, and then letting them know what it is that you provide. Let me see. Yo, Jordan, I'm just waiting for a prospect to sign and return the proposal, but I landed my first client thanks to you. Your course is dope, bro. Rodney, I am so glad to hear that, man. You joined, what, I think it was probably 6 months ago, maybe 7, 8 months ago. I know it was a while ago, but you're one of those ones, man. You're always on the lives. You do great at coming on the lives. That's why I remember your name. But I also know that you ask questions, you stay involved, and that's what it takes, man. The people who stick around eventually see the results. The people who continue to learn, continue to strive after that success or that entrepreneurial journey or path, those are the ones who do it, man. Anybody can do this. I'm telling you. Like, I look at people all the time, and I'm like, anybody can do this. You don't have to have a college degree. You have to have a willingness to learn digital marketing, sales, entrepreneurship, and that's it. If you're willing to learn those things and you're willing to bust ass to do it, not, oh, I'm gonna try. Don't try, just do it and commit to something. Like, I'm just gonna say this because he doesn't watch, but one of my roommates is terrible at committing to just about anything. I do have a roommate, and the dude says he's gonna do stuff all the time, never does it, ever. Like, that's the thing, guys. When you say you're gonna do something, just commit. That's why things never go right for that particular person. But guys, look, just commit to things, okay? Commit, because that's what it takes to see success in this. So Rodney, congratulations. I'm happy for you, man. Make sure to message me after. Let me know a little bit about the client and, you know, what kind of campaign you're thinking about running for them. Maybe I can give you some quick tips. I'll look into it, Jordan. Yes, that's what he's trying to do. I'll be marketing for him as well through Facebook. He wants to create a sales funnel for his education. Thanks for the tips on your brand building course. So Jurgen, then yeah, that's going to be perfect for you. I'm telling you right now, if you want to succeed at building his either course or content channel like mine, I'm telling you, you need that course. Like, that is what it's for. And we brought in people like Maxwell Finn, Ruan Marino, Patrick Kenny, myself. We've got, obviously myself, but all kinds of training in there that I promise you're going to love. Where are we at? Where did you go? Hey Jordan, always insightful. Do you offer digital advertising, geofencing, behavioral keyword targeting, household IP, etc. through an ad exchange? What company do you use if so? Renee, I actually haven't got into geofencing just yet. And the reason why is mostly because I'm trying to get out of the mom and pop shop style businesses, which a lot of those style businesses are the market for people who are actually buying that. People like McDonald's, they're buying it, but that's kind of out of my range again. So if I go to the, like, for example, and it's not just restaurants, salons do well with them. Anybody who has a brick and mortar location where they require foot traffic really does well with them. But the market is the mom and pop shop business owner who doesn't really know much about the technology but wants to see it work, because in reality, if you want me to be honest, most people don't know how to use it for marketing, which I know how I could probably create a strategy around using it. It's just not, I'll put it to you like this. When you start a business, you find your bread and butter, right? You find what you're really good at. Most businesses start there first, and then they expand as they really master, each individual thing that they focus on. And not that I'm not mastered at it. It's more like not only mastering how to perform the marketing campaign, but how to do it and do it for another customer, and then manage taking on other customers while still managing that marketing campaign. Now starting this new campaign while managing that other marketing campaign, and bringing on 4 more campaigns while managing those other 2 you get what I'm saying? So there's a lot that you have to learn outside of just running the marketing as a business owner. And even myself, like, guys, I'm still learning. Like, that's the benefit of actually you guys following me, is you're learning from someone who's kind of like that next step right above you, or maybe even at the same level as you. And we're growing together, and that's kind of the benefit. You get to learn from me as I grow, and the mistakes I make, and how to do it better, so that way you can avoid half the mistakes I make. So just another reason why you might want to subscribe if you haven't. But Renee, again, to answer your question, no, I haven't gotten into those. I focus more on the basics of digital marketing, which I deem SWEPs, which, that's pretty cool. If you go on YouTube and type in Serial Entrepreneur, just my brand name, in the suggested search results, the acronym SWEPS, SWEPS, that I made up, shows up in search results. I was like, what? Like, I was in the suggested search results. I was so excited, dude. It made me so happy. I was like, yes. It made me so happy. Should I open a business banking account for my marketing agency before I start? Also, I actually just answered that one. So watch from like 5 to 10 minutes from now when you get back on the video on the replay, and that's where I go into that. I don't want to go over the same thing again. What's the most common issue we can expect to face as beginners? Everett, the biggest and most common issue is most people don't get enough education on each individual piece of marketing. So like I mentioned, SWEPs, social media marketing, web marketing, and design and development, email marketing, pay-per-click marketing, and search engine optimization. Those are the big 5. Then there's their cousin, right? Content marketing, which is just creating great content. That is compromised. That is comprised of blog writing, creating video if you're doing YouTube, SEO for keyword research for that content, obviously just SEO in general, on-site and off-site, web development, because you could be doing it on a blog. It's, that's why I say content's kind of out here by itself, because it kind of goes into all of these. And that acronym is what makes up the basics of digital marketing, right? Outside of that, there's some other, topics you'll want to be familiar with, like building sales funnels or building ad sales funnels, running ad campaigns versus running content style campaigns. Those are some things that you're going to want to know. But outside of that, I mean, most people just don't know what it is that they're trying to do. They look at a business and they think, okay, well, I'm just going to go post on Facebook, when in reality most businesses can't just post on Facebook and get away with it. The only ones that really do these days are like entertainment brands that are more than, local. They're national or international, and that's why they're able to do that. But here's the thing, you guys are really focusing on a lot of local businesses because that's what's around you, right? Most of you are going to focus on your local area, and if that's the case, you can't take the same marketing approach that these big national brands take. You have to think locally, right? And so a lot of the time, local SEO is one of the biggest things you can do for especially small businesses with small budgets. Local SEO is going to help with them. A great website, getting that set up properly, devoting yourself to just one social platform like just Facebook or just Instagram for a lot of these smaller businesses, and building from there. What's your take on doing Facebook ads for restaurants? I have experience in the restaurant industry, and I'm aware that their margins are small. What's your experience with restaurants? Isaiah, the biggest thing is with restaurants, I always say if they're mom and pop like owned, I would say go after 3+ locations. If they don't have 3+ locations, they're like 95% of the time not going to be able to afford you. So if they are somewhere though, like Papa Dough, for example, is the best example I can think of. Papa Dough is a restaurant in Atlanta. This restaurant probably does $5 to $10 million per year. All right, one location, $5 to $10 million per year. Their average per person is probably $50 to $60 out the door. By the time they walk out, they've spent $50 to $60 per person. All right, and they are always full. Always. Like, they are always killing it. Tuesday at 2 p.m., they're killing it, right? That's the only other kind of restaurant that I would say could afford your kind of marketing budget. Outside of that, you know, Pete's Pizza Parlor on the corner of the public shopping center area is not going to be able to afford your marketing. Probably, like, very, very slim chances he's going to be able to afford that. So just keep that in mind. What is the best way to practice running ads on Facebook and Instagram, etc.? Nico, the best way to do it is to start either affiliate marketing, drop shipping, or some sort of Shopify store. That's the best way to practice. And the reason why is because you don't want to do it for a business owner, because that's just taking their money and that's just rude. Like, if you took $1,000 of mine and you just spent it and you knew you weren't going to get great results, I'd be pissed at you. I'd honestly want to punch you in the face. So don't do that. I would say do affiliate marketing, do drop shipping, or do Shopify. But affiliate marketing will be your easiest because you don't have to start a website and all that. You can just create a Facebook page and start running ads. Though I would recommend at the very least getting like a landing page like ClickFunnels or something like that so you can track Facebook pixel data. Dolly, what's up? What are some of the basic things to know when starting? Courage, I think I've covered a lot of that since I've gotten to this question, so let me know if I haven't. Maybe I can retouch up on some of those. Do you teach SEO in the course? Isaiah, yes, we have tons of SEO, and we're actually adding more. We've had Ruan Marino come in. He is an SEO agency expert. That's what he does. He runs SEO in SEO agency. We had him come in and teach some guest lessons. Obviously, I put in my information, and we're updating the course constantly. So yeah, I promise you, you'll love that part. How do I book meetings fast? Call tons of people every single day. That's one of the fastest ways you can do it. If you want meetings fast, networking is more of a long play or longer play. You want meetings fast, go in and either go door to door or call as many people as you can every single day, and then do follow up the right way. The true old school hardcore sales approach is going to be the fastest way to do it, but it's tolling. It is a pain in the ass. I hate doing cold calling and cold emailing, but some people like it. So if that's for you, then go for it. What do you do once you have to travel very far for clients? My city mostly has construction and real estate, but very little. What would I do about this problem? Q, you could just run campaigns remotely. You don't necessarily have to travel. You can hire people in their location. For example, if you need to shoot ads, right, and you need video shot, just hire someone in their area. Call up, say, hey, I do this. I'm trying to bring you work. I'm looking for bids from video companies in this area. What's your bid? That's it. Here's the job. What's your bid? And you take the lowest rate and at the best quality and go get the job done. Or they go get the job done. Adarsh, what's going on? What platform do you use to build landing pages to start out? Brent, ClickFunnels, all day, air day. Don't look for cheaper options. ClickFunnels is where it's at, in my opinion. Jergen, I'm happy to help you, buddy. Glad to help you start making some money, man. How much money did you make last year? D. Conroy, I don't really think that's any of your business, man, but it was well over 6 figures, so we'll just say that. I'm working on, next year is going to be my first 7-figure year. Just so you guys are aware, I'm calling it out right now. I'm making it an announced goal. Next year, I'm hitting my first 7-figure year. So, just so you guys can hold me accountable. The one, how do you pay taxes for your business, or to be more specific as an entrepreneur, you just either number one, hire your accountant and they do it for you. Just give them all of your taxes and, or not all of your taxes, all of your revenues and your expenses, all of the documentation proving that. Boom, pass it off to them. Then they'll say, hey, here's your stub, write out a check, pay it out to this person, mail it here. That's it. Or if you have to do it yourself, then you need to go on the IRS website. You're going to have to do all of the filing. Look, if you're not an accountant, you don't need to be doing that yourself. If you made money, save up some money every single month like I do. This is what I do every single month. I save up a little bit to pay off taxes every month, number one, but also to pay the accountant to do those taxes for me. Because trust me, that accountant is going to save you money. All right? You think you doing it yourself is going to save you money. I promise you, you're going to lose money. All right? That accountant, that's what they do. Do not think that you can do a better job than what that person went to school to learn. All right? Please, I don't care how good you are at math. If you didn't go and learn accounting, managerial, financial accounting, do not try to do it yourself. All right? Words from the wise. Just do it. Do it. All right? Just do it. I think I just said just do it like 100 times. Maybe that's why I said just do it. It was like subliminal. What is the first thing you recommend automating or hiring someone to do when just starting out if resources are limited? Scheduler or proofer. The scheduler is the person who schedules posts on all of the social platforms, blogs. You can even have them schedule your email content, whatever you need them to schedule. You know, scheduling is one of the easiest jobs to do, and you can hire $3 per hour. $3 per hour in the Philippines and have that person schedule. That will save you hours every single week. All right? Trust me on that. Scheduler. And if not the scheduler, the proofer, the person who sits there and proofreads copy and blog content and videos. I like the new layout. Thanks, Jonathan. I do too. I'm pretty stoked about it. What do you use for getting a baseline and ongoing analytics reporting? Do you provide monthly reporting to all clients or quarterly? It kind of just depends on the client, Lacey, whether I do monthly or quarterly. Most of them I'm going to try and do monthly just because most clients want to see results every single month, or at least see that you're trying to send them what results you've got them every single month. So I'm going to try and do it. I usually try to do it monthly, but if they ask, hey, we just want it quarterly, then I'll give it to them quarterly. What was your other part of the question? What do you use for getting a baseline and ongoing analytics reporting? Baseline, I'm not sure what you mean. As far as, getting results, the biggest thing you need to do is ask them, what are they looking for? They will tell you what results they're looking for. Not everybody's trying to necessarily get new customers, though, yes, that is always the end result of marketing, and good marketing at that. You're not always trying to get customers. Sometimes people are just trying to build a subscriber list or an email list or something like that. Sometimes people are just trying to get people aware that their business even exists, which again leads to more customers, but it's a different kind of goal, right? So you have to think about that. So your baseline really depends on what their marketing goals are. Ongoing analytics and reporting really just comes down to you looking at how much they're spending per month versus how many leads or sales you're helping them generate per month. Really, that's the only numbers that matter are that. Clicks, impressions, views, none of that shit matters if they're not getting sales, if they're not making their return on their investment. Their investment is what they're spending you per month. So if they don't make that, then what the hell's the point in spending? Right? If I give you 100 grand and you give me 75 grand back, do you think I'm gonna be happy? No. I'm gonna be like, where the hell's my other 25 grand? Right? So think about it like that. Your goal is to meet that budget plus some. All right? That's really what it comes down to. Your goal is to meet the $5,000 they spent on it plus some, which is really about 1.5 times. Is what I would say. That's the minimum. That's not what I'm saying. All right, we got it. That's it. No. You need to do more, but that's the minimum you're trying to strive for, at least especially in the first couple of months. For your contracts, do you do monthly or annual? I do a 3-month contract. When are you approaching some... Lacey, I think I've just answered... Jesus, yeah, you just got 3 questions. I see what she did there. She's like, I'm gonna put 3 in here really quickly that I have, so that way he just keeps getting them all. I do need to get some other people just so they don't feel left out, but if I can, I will come back to your question, I promise. Is the digital marketing school continuously updated with newer information, or is that just the mentorship program? Joseph, it is always updated. Like I said, we just updated it last month, the month before that, the month before that, 2 months before that month. So we update it all the time. Like the last time we updated, I think we did 5 or 6 videos. Like I said, I have 5 more coming on Facebook automation bots. So we update it all the time, man. Camilo, that's more of a question for an accountant. What expenses could you deduct from your taxes if you're starting an agency? But I can tell you, basically anything that you use to run your business. So for example, the internet in my house, that I live in my house, right? The house that I live in, the internet for this house is paid for by my company, and we can write that off. My rent that I pay to live in this house, I can write part of that off because I consider this my office space, right? So I can write all of that off. I can write off my car because I bought it through the company. I can write off any expenses related to my car, gas, repairs, anything like that. Also, if you guys own your own car, you don't have to own the car in the business name. You can still write off all of the expenses, the gas associated with all of that related to your car, or any expenses related to your business. Okay, so that's the thing. That's why you need to ask an accountant. They're going to help you open your eyes to so many things. Like, trust me, my accountant's already saved me money this year. If I didn't have him in place, I would have done things that I shouldn't have done, or spent money in different ways that I shouldn't have spent it, where I would have wasted thousands. So trust me, look at an accountant. They're not expensive. Like, I think I pay $200 a month, and that's for me now. Okay, so it's a little different than what you'll have to pay. You don't need to get payroll and financial reports and budgeting and all that done. That's what I'm getting done. In the beginning, all you need is someone who's going to do basic bookkeeping. That's it. All right, so if you can get someone to do basic bookkeeping super cheap, that's what I recommend doing with your accountant. And then at the end of the year, have that same person do the filing of your taxes, and that'll cost you probably $300. How did you get into social media marketing? I got back into marketing, man, back in 2007, 6, one of those two. I was creating Facebook pages back before Facebook actually even had a business platform. I was taking personal accounts, and basically instead of putting in a first name, I would put in the business name, and then like the last name would be like LLC or Inc. or whatever the business thing was. And that's what I was doing. I was using that more of a guerrilla style marketing. I was going out and I was adding friends to that person's personal profile. That was their business page, essentially. And then I would send messages. It was very, very guerrilla, super spammy, but it worked really, really well. You know, if you look at it compared to how people market now, if you marketed like I used to market then on Facebook, now people would be like, dude, I hate this person. But it worked then. That's the thing. Marketing always changes. You have to be able to adapt and mold to what marketing is now, not what marketing was. What marketing is now is always different than what marketing was. All right? Tomorrow, marketing will be different than what it is today. I'm making that a quote. That's my quote, just so y'all heard it here first. I got 50 witnesses. That's my quote. Damn, that was a good one. That was so insightful, Jordan. I don't know why I just talked to myself in third person, but I thought that was pretty good. Sometimes I impress myself. It's not often, but sometimes I impress myself. Though those of you who know me may disagree with me. Accounting is balls hard. Made B's in both classes and nearly lost my shit. Isaiah, that was the funniest thing I've heard all day. Accounting is balls hard. Made B's in both classes and nearly lost my shit. Yo, I'll tell you this. Okay, so like I'm a smart person. Like when I do poorly in a, and I sound so arrogant. I'm a smart person. Look, okay, what I'm trying to say is I did well in school. Okay, I made A's and B's, mostly A's most of the time. But when I got to freaking college and I took accounting, and I took, what was it? I think it was like financial accounting the first. Managerial I did fine for some reason, but financial accounting, I wanted to kill myself. I almost failed it. I made like a 71 in the class, and then I had to do better, so I dropped it and took it again so I could get a B. Like, dude, accounting is balls hard, which I really want to know what balls hard means. Oh, that was funny, man. Oh yeah. Also, what about client meetings when you have to travel? Can you do it on video conference instead? Of course. Yeah, dude, I try to meet with all of my clients via video. Like, if I don't have to drive to you, I'm not going to. I'll do it on a video every single time. So, and that's the thing. Once you reach a certain point, you kind of call the shots. Like with my clients, I tell them what I want to do. And if they don't want to work with it, then they don't get to work with me. Like that's what I love about it. I pick who I want to work with now because I know I'm really good at what I do. And those people are going to want to pay me to do what I do for them. So, it kind of puts you in charge. How do you increase price to someone you've worked with for 1 to 2 months? Price you quoted originally was low for amount of work involved. Maya, my question to you would be, what kind of results are you getting for them? Are they super, super excited and happy that you're managing their campaigns? Or, like, and be honest here, are they like, yeah, I mean, we're happy, but it could be better? Because if they're super, super happy and they don't want to lose you, then that's all you need. You just walk in there and say, hey, look, the price is going to be this now. We're making you guys tons of money, and I think you would agree with that. I started off charging you on the low end because, I was a new business and I wanted to prove myself. Now that I've done that, I have to charge you what my regular rate is supposed to be where I'm profitable, because right now I'm not even profitable. I'm still losing money. And if, they don't want to lose you and they want to keep those customers rolling in and keep improving, then they'll keep you on. And if not, then you need to cut ties. Unless it just makes sense for you to keep them on, then keep them on. But ultimately, you have to be the one to say, look, I brought you in and gave you a deal because I was new. I'm getting you tons of results and way more worth in sales than you're spending on my marketing campaigns. We have to talk about upping the price. And we'll keep it fair, but we need to make it fair for both of us. And that's all you do. If you had to start all over and focus your agency on a new niche, what would you choose? Levi, I would choose real estate just because I like real estate a lot. And I like working with agents. They're more my kind of people. So that's just me. Drew McBain, how do you charge so much per client? Because that's what the service is worth, man. When you're bringing them in thousands of dollars in revenue because of your marketing, they're going to pay you thousands of dollars to get that. Sorry, so many questions. Lacey, that's okay. How do I find which country permit to get? So many clients can't tell which one. How do I find which county permit to get? Walker, it's based on I think it's based on your city, not your county. I honestly can't remember. I always forget whether it's the city or the county. But, I mean, it's whatever county or city you live in, basically. Whether it's the city or the county, it doesn't matter. It's whatever county or city you live in. Whatever county or city you do business in, that's where you need the permit. There's not many, Walker. Also, just so you know, there's two permits you need. There's your federal one, which is your license, which is where you get your articles of incorporation. That's it, right? So you're filing to get your articles of incorporation, which licenses you legally across the United States. And then you have to get your local operation, and that's for just paying local taxes. That's it. So you go to your local city or county. Honestly, it's bugging me that I can't remember it right now. But you go to your local city or county, and then you just file for that there. Outside of that, the third thing and only other thing you need is your tax identification number or your EIN or your VAT ID if you're in the UK or something like that. That's it. Those are the only three things you need to be a legal running and operating business. Outside of that, people like to have contract agreements and all of these other things. That's extra. That's not required for you to run your agency. Okay, that's just extra protection for you. Which I do recommend having some sort of contract agreement between you and your clients, which again, that's not hard to get put together either. Congratulations for getting 70K views. My question, 70K views on what? Oh, my social media marketing agency video. Thanks. My question is, while starting out agency, how to build up team one by one? Well, Rohit, make a list of all of the jobs that you need done. Once you get that list done, start building out what their job looks like. So what I call it is an operational workflow, which means the steps that they take to complete their job. Start mapping that out. Then once all that's mapped out, Then you can create a job description and then take that job description, go to Upwork, and start hiring people. That's it. Sometimes I impress myself, Jordan Steen. Will, shut up. Sometimes I impress myself, Jordan Steen. You're an ass. That was funny, though. Antonio, if you're wondering what books I recommend, then check in the description below this video. I actually have a section down there. Right below this video, all the links. There's a section down there on books that I recommend. Check that out. All right, guys. So we are actually at an hour now, which means it is time to give away a mentorship course. So, as always, I need you guys to do me two things. Number one, I need you to hit the thumbs up button right below this video if you haven't already, if you want to win, excuse me, if you want to win the mentorship giveaway. And the reason why is because if you don't hit the thumbs up and then I call your name, I'm not going to give you the giveaway. Simple as that. So hit the thumbs up. Number two is I need you to leave a comment saying that you are ready, so that way I know that you guys are ready to play. And once I see a bunch of the comments come in and I see that you guys are ready for the question, I will go ahead and put it out there for you guys to win. Oh, I gotta go ahead and get the question, I guess. By the way, Maya, I saw your response to my question. The biggest thing is outsource all of the content creation. That's the thing. Outsource all of it. Like, seriously, every last bit of it. That's what's taking your time, which means you can't focus on growth. I'm almost ready, guys. Sorry, I got to get your question. Accounting is balls hard. I saw that again. I think that was my favorite thing for today for sure. No, that's too basic. I don't like that one. We had a lot of great questions tonight, guys. Y'all are getting really good at all these questions. That means you're learning some shit. You're not asking, hey, how do I post something on Facebook? What is Facebook Business Manager? And if you don't know that, I'm sorry. I'm not trying to, like, belittle you. That's okay. Everybody starts somewhere. It's just, like, a lot of these people, they've been with me for a while. So they're learning. It's great. It's good to see. Hang on, guys. I'm almost there. I'm sorry. This is taking me a while to find one today. Alright, we're just going to go with this one then. Alright, guys, if you are ready, which let me check and see that you guys have thrown some readies in there. Super like for balls hard. Alright, guys, so it looks like you guys are ready. So, the question is, and this is going to be super easy, which I'm kind of upset about. I liked the questions last week a lot more. The question is, what landing page platform do I recommend? Landing page builder, landing page platform, funnel builder. What do I recommend? Go. Oh, come on, Edwina. I can't give you CF. You got to type it out. Kirby, ActiveCampaign is email, not landing pages. Landing page is another word for funnel builder. So it looks like No Town Films. That's what it is. No Town Films. I'm going to give it to you, Edwina. I can't get it. I'm so sorry. Edwinia, I think. Edwinia. I'm sorry. I can't give that to you just because you do have to write out the full answer. But but that is the right answer if you were to have written it out. I'm sorry. But No Town Films, you are the winner. So make sure you do me a favor and shoot me a message to my Facebook business page. That's at facebook.com/serial entrepreneur. So that way you can get your promo code for the mentorship course. Renee says take the fourth one. Federico says, dude, what you saying dude for, dude? What happened? Did I make you sad? I tried to give you a chance. Dang it, Jordan, I had a question and now it's lost in a bunch of readies. Oh, God. Will, what's your question? You called me out. I don't know if I want to answer you. Do you hire online only, or do you hire any people locally for specific positions? I actually am in the process of doing both now. So I hire a ton online for sure. Like we have almost 25 people working for me online all across the world. And then in person now, or locally in the Georgia area, I have about 2 people working for me. And we're looking to move a third person here to work for me very soon. But that will be in the next year. So that answers your question, Will. So ha. Stephen Polk, thank you very much for that. I appreciate it. Facebook Business Manager, Antonio, go search it. Do some research. That's one for you to get to. Okay, glad to see that you were just kidding. I was like, man, I'm so sad. Federico. No, you're not. Here. No, I'm not doing this. I'm not arguing with you. You can argue with me if you want, but you're wrong. Okay? We're not going to do this. I do this every other time. Your feed does not represent my feed, and my feed comes in before your feed. So trust me, I'm not going to lie. I have no reason to lie. I do this every single week. Just, I'm sorry you didn't win, but maybe you can win next week. Dude, everyone replied so fast. Antonio, the reason why is because everyone on there who replied so quickly, most of them are taking notes now. They know to take notes because I go through the comments and I go through the video that we just did and I create a question based around the discussion we had, and that's how I give away the course every week. Christopher Ocampo, thank you for saying congrats to the winner. That's what a good stuff. Yeah, Federico, it's going to be first on yours if you're the one typing it in and you type it in before anyone else, at least on your screen. You'll see it first, but it comes through my screen first because I'm ultimately the person running the feed. I'm the host, right? So it's my feed, so I see it before everybody else will. Chris said ready. I don't know what's funnier now, whether it's balls hard or Chris coming in hard at the end here with a, all right, I'm ready now. I'm ready now. You can ask the question again. Oh, damn, that was so funny. Chris, thank you for that. That was great. My internet always fails me. Did I miss it? Yeah, you missed it, buddy. You definitely missed it. Dylan, best thing I could tell you would be to try your mobile connection then. If you're on your Wi-Fi at the house, most people don't know what good internet, and I'm not trying to bash you. I'm not saying you don't know your internet speed or how internet speed affects, or not how it affects, but what a good internet speed technically is. But a lot of people, that's the issue. So if you can, try switching to your mobile data because that 4G is going to be faster than your Wi-Fi typically. Brent said do it again. Well, that's the thing, guys. We give them away every single week. So there's no big deal. There's always more chances to win. You just got to show up every Thursday and we give them away. What would you recommend? Oh, I'm actually done. guys, with the questions for today. Thanks, Jordan. Personable and helpful. It's why I bought the course. You answered questions when I emailed, created trust. Renee, thank you very much. Yeah, and Renee's been involved too. Renee is always involved. I always see her involved in questions and on the live. So those are the people who make it, guys. You want to make it. Follow the people who are making it now. Perfect example was Rodney earlier. Rodney's been doing this for months and months and months, and he got his, big break not too long ago and started to see the success and see the light. So you guys can do this too. You just have to be willing to put in the work and start dedicating yourself to the learning process. Stop going out and partying, stop hanging out with friends, stop playing video games. Like, that's the biggest reason why people get stuck or don't succeed, is because they get stuck doing the things that aren't driving them anywhere. They're not moving you forward. So focus on the things that are going to move you forward, like your business and meeting people who are also, entrepreneurial minded. And that's going to yield you a much better result. Everett, I look forward to seeing you in there, buddy. I'm sure I'll see you in there soon. But thank you guys so much for everything and for stopping by. We had 60 people on tonight's live stream, and that was without Ruan or anybody else. So we'll be at 100 people here very, very soon. And I can't wait to have, 100, 200, 300 people on these live streams and commenting and engaging and, really just making it something where you guys are able to learn and really, improve your agency. So again, thank you guys so much for joining me. Make sure to share this channel with other marketers that you know. Share it with other Facebook pages where you know that people are involved with marketing, where they could use content. That's what people always ask me, Jordan, how can I help you? Can I help you in any way? Can I create free stuff for you? And I don't want free stuff. The only thing I really want is take this YouTube channel and share it with as many business owners, marketers, people in the marketing agency world as possible, because that's what ultimately helps me build my brand and helps me reach more people like you and helps more people like you make money, right? Because that's the end goal. I want to help all of you guys make your life more comfortable, and I do that by teaching you how to build a business and how to make some money online. So that's it for this one, guys. Thank you guys so much again for joining me, and I can't wait to see you on the next one. Until then, Serial Entrepreneur out.